Welcome to our video on the Epistle of Jude. Jude begins by affirming our divine preservation, emphasizing that believers are chosen and kept by God's grace. He then urgently calls us to earnestly contend for the faith once delivered to the saints, warning us to be vigilant against false teachers who twist grace into license. Jude uses historical examples of divine judgment, such as Sodom and Gomorrah, to underscore God's unwavering justice. False teachers are characterized by sensuality and rebellion, acting like, quote, brute beasts. We are reminded to adhere to apostolic tradition, which serves as our guide for discerning truth from error. This passage highlights the moral imperative to reject licentiousness, reminding us that true grace leads to holiness, not sin. It stresses the importance of respecting legitimate authority, both civil and ecclesiastical, contrasting the false teachers with Michael the Archangel's respectful approach. We must avoid worldly lusts by living according to the Spirit. Jude encourages us to actively build up yourselves on your most holy faith through prayer and sacraments. We must focus on praying in the Holy Spirit to deepen our relationship with God. Finally, he calls us to compassionate evangelization, extending mercy to some while urgently pulling others out of the fire. Practically, this means exercising vigilance by discerning all teachings against the magisterium. We must cultivate chastity and modesty in a sensual world, guarding our senses. Also, we are called to respect legitimate authority, expressing dissent respectfully, thus avoiding the, quote, speaking evil of dignities. To maintain an active faith, we need a consistent prayer life, including liturgical and personal prayer. Evangelical charity requires us to balance firm truth with mercy when reaching out to those who have strayed. By keeping yourselves in the love of God, we live holy examples that draw others to Christ. Jude urges us to earnestly contend for the faith. How can you actively and charitably defend the faith in your daily life? This requires spiritual discipline, deepening your doctrine study, and living virtuously. Turn to prayer, seek guidance, and trust the Church's infallible teaching when facing doubts. Jude warns against turning grace into, quote, lasciviousness. How can you better cultivate holiness and chastity? This demands intentional effort and reliance on grace, especially through frequent sacraments. Guard your senses, practice temperance, and remember your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit.